Hey, Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media, cover the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe, aka Man of the People, out here doing what I love to do best, which is connecting with you guys. All right, so the tradition continues. It started last season. Each and every road game, night before, I'm gonna do this 30-minute. It may go longer if I get to be indoors, but it's like same story as last week. Hot. It is very hot out here, but I will say this. The humidity is nothing like it was in Jacksonville, so I think we'll be a little bit better. And plus, as you can see right behind me, State Farm Stadium, it has a dome. It's covered, so that's going to be a nice thing. But, hey, tonight's show is all dedicated towards being a Q&A with you guys. So there's a link in the description. I'm also going to pin it in the comments because I want you guys to come and join me. This show is 100% all about whatever you want to talk about. I have no agenda but to work for you, so I hope that you guys can appreciate that. I love to say you have a friend in the media, which is myself. And, yeah, guys, we really would consider going longer than 30 minutes tonight, but, again, I know the equipment's going to start to act up once it gets as hot as it is, and I don't want to have to ruin things before tomorrow, have you guys deal with that intermittency. So just give me a moment. I'm just trying to get to where I can pin this into the comments for you guys to see. And, man, my computer's already slowing down. I don't know if that's because of the heat or what. So hopefully we'll make it through 30 minutes. But, again, priority is given to those who click on the link. All you need is your computer or your phone. Click on the link that I'm also about to paste into the description, and that will allow you to come and join me. Let's see. All right, so I just put that out there. Pin that so you guys can use that. And as always, we are independent media, 100% supported by your contributions, your donations, your super chats. So should you have the ability to do so, we would more than welcome and appreciate you doing that. Also, Cash App's in the link in case you want to do a Cash App. I keep saying, if you guys just do $1 each viewer, I'll be able to still complete my trips to Green Bay and San Francisco. I'm still trying to be able to get to those, and we currently do not have that in the budget. So because of the heat, I don't want to get cut off. We're just going to go ahead and jump into it. I see some of our members out here. Man, it is so hot. My shoes are burning up. I think my mic's a little too high. So, yeah, I'm really concerned about how long we're going to be able to go before we get some issues here. Oh, I think – all right, so I missed one caller. So if you want to call back, my apologies. I did not have my volume plugged in, so I did not hear the phone ringing. So if you guys want to call back in, please feel free to do so. I keep looking into the light to make sure it's on. It's the dumbest thing in the world because it blinds me every single time. All right. Rel says, what's good? It's good. I have been to Arizona before, but not to Glendale or Phoenix, so it's pretty cool to be out here. What's good, Chris? I see you down the street. Appreciate you, D. Yeah, I'm down the street about to bring you guys this coverage. So, and also got to give a shout out every time to our members. We always give a special love to our members. Did I play that sound effect? Let's play that again. There we go. Knucklehead K always tuning in. What's good, Chris? Hope everything is good your way. Things are really well. Appreciate you checking in. Hey, if you have not had a chance to check out my interview with Dick Scorton, please check it out. We talked about growing up to the pros and even talked about his lack of plays last week versus Jacksonville and what he may be doing to get into a better situation for that. So if you haven't seen it, I'm going to give you a quick preview right now. Jenkins, joined by my good friend. He don't know it yet, but we're about to be best friends. Nick Scorton with the Carolina Panthers. We're going to go another segment of our one-on-one rookies. And Nick, I go by the nickname Man of the People, so I'm going to have some hard-hitting questions for you. I got to represent for the fans out there because they want to get to know you, right?
No worries.
But we always like to start at the beginning, and I think it's pronounced Timpson, Texas.
Yes, sir.
So take me back to Timpson, Texas, and that high school athletic career that you had. Hold on, Michael, just a little bit.
Yes, sir. So I didn't.
All right, so that was just a little preview of the conversation I had with Nick. I'm going to answer this call right here. And for the guests that just came in, if you could turn on your camera, I will get to you for sure. But meanwhile, we have a super chat, so we'll go ahead right to this super $10 from Darrell. Appreciate you very much. Again, guys, sincerely, thanks everybody that can contribute, whether it's $1, $10, or $100, right? Because 100% of the operational cost comes from super chats, super thanks, membership. So thank you very much, Darrell, for that super chat. It will go towards a great cause. And Mike, it looks like you're here, so I'm going to go ahead and bring you on. How you doing, sir? Can you hear me, Mike? I can see you and hear you. I am not hearing you, sir.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Let me see. Can you hear me now?
I'm hearing you better now. Yes, sir. All right, go ahead, and if you can hear me well, go ahead and go with the question.
Yeah.
I'm ready for your question.
I haven't seen as much of the swagger that I saw from Bryce Young last year. Is there a difference from you being there in person of him being more like smiley or being more like energetic with his interactions with you guys?
Yeah, so good question, and I appreciate it. So Bryce's swagger, personality, demeanor, all that stuff have been pretty good. OTAs, minicamp, preseason games, it was all good. Then you switched to after Jacksonville, and I said, oh, no, we had a change. So it definitely has changed since that Jacksonville loss, but it was good up until then. So tomorrow, in my opinion, is really crucial that, you know, of course, if they win, he's going to be good. But if they struggle, I need to see him not go any lower than where he is now. If he goes lower than where he is now, then I'm definitely getting concerned for long term.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, that's my one question.
Hey, I haven't seen you on before. Thank you so much for coming on, and hopefully you'll come on again. Thanks for joining us, Micah. All right, so that's how it works. There's a link that's in the description, also in the comments, and you now have free access to a credentialed member of the media, which is myself, to answer any questions that you guys may have. Also, let me know, because with Micah, it was a little bit, I couldn't hear him as well. So let me know if you guys are able to hear and see me crystal clearly. I feel like you should be able to, but I want to hear you guys' comments. Meanwhile, I'm going to continue to work through everything that's going on out here. Man, I need some sunblock on. What's going on, Jamison Bell, James Williamson, Laura Dullinger, George, Jorge. I don't know if that's George or Jorge, but what's up with you? And again, we had one other person that called in, and I didn't have my my speakers turned up, so I couldn't hear you. So if you don't mind calling in back in, that'd be great, so I can get to you. Not much news so far today as far as transactions. There usually is one, and they haven't come out yet. I don't know if that's because the time zone difference that they have to get it out later. But the Carolina Panthers did leave about an hour ago, heading out to Phoenix. It's about a 4-hour flight to get here, so they'll be here. To me, that's a little bit of a late leave for those guys, but they'll be here shortly this evening. But there's one bit of news that has come out up to date that I want to get you all up to date on, and that is Ikem Ekwonu will be active tomorrow. So, again, Ikem Ekwonu will be active tomorrow. This offensive line, and I see we got somebody that's joined us. I'm going to get to you in just a second. It looks like that is D. But Ikem Ekwonu is coming back at that left tackle spot and protecting Bryce's blind side. So last week they did pretty solid in terms of not allowing any sacks. I'm sorry, they allowed one sack to Bryce last week. Bryce also was able to use his feet and get around, but he did have some pressures, right? He did have, though he was only sacked once, they got to him pressure-wise quite a bit, 40% pressure rate with him last week. So we'll see if Icky can help with that as they face the Arizona Cardinals. So let me go ahead and get D on the line. What's going on, sir?
Yo, hey, what's good, Chris? Man?
It's good. So are you guys able to
Can you
hear me okay? Because there's a little bit of delay for me hearing you guys. I can hear you.
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it might just be on my end. But do I look? I mean, is the sound quality and video quality good on your end?
Yeah, it's better right now.
All right, go ahead and shoot your question, sir.
All right, man. So I guess my question is, what are your thoughts on the linebacking play? And do you think that there is a chance that we activate Chris Barnes for this week? Because I really think that we need all the help at the linebacker position.
Yeah, so
And also because I'm literally down the street from the Cardinals stadium.
all right, so which way should I point at you? Because in front of me is the convention center. Well, you probably know because you know where I'm at. So which way are you?
You point to your left. That's where I'm that direction. So
Is that it?
yeah, sir. Yeah.
Oh, you over there
Yeah,
by?
I'm from Sumter, South Carolina, but I represent the Panthers all day.
So you over there by? I see Top Golf over there. That's where you at?
Yeah, it's around that area, you can say.
You living nice. But I'm just messing with you. But as far as the linebackers go, you know, to me the biggest one that was a little of a surprise was Trevin Wallace last week with his play. But I don't go to pick on the linebackers too much in terms of say, hey, they were the big issue, because you look at the whole thing, you know, with the pressure rate that we got on Trevor Lawrence last week. I forget what that number was, but it was incredibly low. It might have been around 10%, 20% that they got pressure rate on Trevor. So he kind of had the ability to do what he wanted to. You know, they said it starts up front, right? The guys up front don't get any pressure. It makes everybody else's job much more difficult for what they're dealing with. I know Roseboom saved the day on that, 71-yard tackle from ETN from Jacksonville. So there was some good hustle there from him. And, you know, our safeties, I feel like our safeties had a little bit to be desired as well. So for me, I hear you asking specifically about the linebackers, but I feel like it starts up front and things just kind of cascaded with guys, you know, not doing a good job of making tackles. Now, the pass defense was pretty respectable last week for sure, but, you know, the run defense, if it's not there to take advantage of it, we're down 20-3 at the half. Canales wants us to be a run-first team. We can't do that anymore. Now both sides are suffering, and we have what happened to us last week. So I don't think there's a need to bring anybody up so much as like fundamentals for those guys that are out there, because Trevin was a lot better last year.
I got you. Well, hey, thank you for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on, and that was a wave to you. All right, so I think just on my end that there's some latency going on, and it's probably happening because my phone's getting super hot, which is in my pocket, which is my mobile device at the moment. So, again, we're going to try to make it 30 minutes out here, pending things don't overheat and burn up on us and slow down. So, fall means football, but it's not completely fall yet. So we have these elements out here that we're dealing with. All right, let me get back to looking at some of these comments. Again, priority is given to those who decide to come on. This is what the show is all about, is interacting with you guys, engaging with fans, I like to do it. I love meeting you guys. So I saw somebody in the hotel that said, "What's up?" What are you about to go do your show? Like, yes, about to go do the show. So tune in. And one other thing, man, it's a lot of flat land out here. So if you have a motorcycle, I don't know how you do not just go like zooming all over the place. Now it looks like it would be incredible to have a motorcycle out here. But I digress. Let me get back on topic here and continue to monitor these comments that are coming through. Uh-oh. Hit the wrong button there. You're going to need more. Yeah. So Seaward07 saying tomorrow is definitely pivotal. Pivotal. Man. I don't know if I'm saying that word right. I'm saying it in my head. Yeah, it's pivotal. Pivotal. Why am I saying pivotal? I'm thinking about my son who says B's instead of E's. But what's up, Cyrus? You don't have to shut out the whole clan of Jenkins yet. So what's up, Cyrus, Sierra, and Chandler? My three kids that are out there always tuning in and supporting what Daddy does. But yeah, tomorrow is crucial. It's going to be tough. You know, one thing that I have been seeing is last year when we took on the Arizona Cardinals in Carolina, it was a good game. It was a really good game. Tied up, ends up going into overtime, and none other than Chuba Hubbard breaks off a 21-yard TD run. Panthers win in overtime 36-30. And a lot of these guys in Arizona still clearly remember that loss. Doesn't like it, still have a bad taste in their mouth. Now we're back in Arizona. And, you know, we'll see how it plays out tomorrow. But I just, for me, what I wanted to see from this team this season, you guys can chime in with what you're looking for, is I just wanted to see some more consistency with being competitive. And I know that's probably, I'm in the minority with that because a lot of people may say, man, it's time for this team to win. You know, and it is. It is. I'm ready for it. But, man, I'm cheering for these guys to get it together because I don't want to see a reset, man. A reset with coaches and quarterbacks. Yeah, you can get lucky, but, man, that's tough. That would be tough. Let me continue to work through some of the comments here. Yeah, I think it is burning up my equipment out here, as hot as it is. But I'm going to try. You can't be a man of the people without trying. Lucas will be at the game tomorrow. Cool. I will be doing my pregame show tomorrow. I forget exactly what they call it, but it's like the lawn, maybe. It's like this big, long stretch of grass that leads up to the stadium. So for those of you that are watching, that are here in Arizona, whether you're visiting or live here and you care to stop by, I'll be live 2 hours before the game. So if you want to see me, I actually got to be there prior to that 2 hours because once I go live, then, of course, I got to stay locked in here and broadcast to you all. But, yeah, we'd love to meet you if there is the opportunity to do so. Supernova, what's going on? Shalom. What's going on, sir? John Morales. How's it going? How's it going? Appreciate you tuning in, John. Hope the family is doing well. This phone is in my pocket burning me up. It is hot. Manuel. Cheers from Wellington, New Zealand. Wow. Appreciate you tuning in, man. How did you become a fan and you're out in New Zealand? Was it you used to be in the States and then moved over? Or did the international games capture your attention? Because the Carolina Panthers have been over the pond more than once. But Bryce looked better to start this season than last season. I mean, you could say that. I guess I don't know. I don't have the details of last year in front of me, but I know he lost his opener. He's lost all of his openers. Responsible for 3 turnovers, even though I mean you can kind of say one was So I did it for as long as I could, and that is the heat has taken over. So things are so hot, they're overheating, and all my equipment is going to start to shut down. So there was an option to kind of go in the shade, but I knew you guys would be able to see me as well. Yeah, it's what happened. So I'll try to get through a few more questions because I know it's much more difficult for you guys to hear me without the professional camera and gear on. But the heat has shut down the cameras. Look, I'll try to scoot down so you guys can still see that I'm at the stadium. But nevertheless, I'll try to get through a few more, then we'll wrap it up. Tomorrow, we're going to look at the camera that's not on anymore. Tomorrow, we'll be back at it. Now, this is a really good comment here. Xavier Legette needs a breakout game. We need a breakout game from XL. Heck, yeah. I mean, we don't even need a breakout game. Like, just a solid game from Xavier would be awesome, would be very helpful. Hold on one second. Let me turn my light back on. I tell you what, guys, since everything is overheating, I'm just gonna try to take this with me and step into the shade so that you guys can talk to me. And so if you're in Arizona and you see a guy sitting down on the sidewalk trying to do a live video, that is me trying to be man of the people. But here we go. We will, if this works for you guys, we'll try to do it this way for about another 10 minutes or so, and then we'll get on out of here. But nevertheless, yeah, so Xavier Legette, I think he's, in my opinion, Xavier is a slight victim of his great personality, right? Because a lot of the stuff that people are criticizing him about, like, hey, you don't need to be doing this, you don't need to be doing that, you need to be focusing on getting your skills better. Well, a lot of that stuff that you're seeing from Xavier is he's not even putting it on social media himself. Like, yeah, he might repost it, but a lot of it is other people capturing it and putting it out there. Just like those guys been out there at the lake when Adam Thielen was on the team. Like, the video of him being, getting in the water, that wasn't him. Somebody else recorded that and put it out there. So I think a little bit of Xavier is kind of like a victim of circumstances. But nevertheless, overall, yeah, this guy needs to play a better game than what he has been playing, especially when it seems like it's mental mistakes, right? You definitely don't want to see mental mistakes at this point for Xavier, because you feel like you're a pro, you've been through one season, you got pissed off at a lot of things that you were doing last year that didn't go well, so you should be able to recover and be a solid performer this week, and you haven't been. And just like I was talking with my photographer before coming out here, he said, hey, it doesn't help when you get kicked out of the first game of the season for fighting, so you only played a few snaps. And now we're dealing with things like this where even the national commentators on the games are calling you out for what's going on. So he absolutely, again, for me, it doesn't need to be a breakout game. Just show me that mentally, you're starting to do things better, which is going to physically and statistically probably get you to where we all are a lot happier with what you're doing out there. So appreciate the comment there, Manuel. And if this works for you guys, because I am a lot cooler in this shade, then I'll try to go a little bit longer. So Knucklehead K is saying that's it, that's all. We just want to compete. And yeah, you do. Like, I think a lot of people will be more patient if it was a competitive game. If it wasn't 20-3, I don't know if it was like 14 unanswered points last week against Jacksonville. Like, come on, just show us some progression, and as fans, we could be happy. So yeah, absolutely, Knucklehead K. And for those that may just now be tuning in, Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media, and my camera equipment got too hot, so I just had to switch completely over to the laptop camera and still want to broadcast for you guys so that we can have this Q&A that we do each and every away game. That's the key, is away games. Home games, I do not do it, but for the away games, I will do this live show, and it's just dedicated 100% to answering your questions. And then tomorrow morning, we'll get going with the formal show. I'll give you all the latest transactions, the inactives, what to expect from the Cardinals, what to expect from the Panthers as they get ready to play right behind me there at State Farm Stadium. Let's get one more super chat before we get out of here. Super chats can be $1 or Cash App. Let's get one of those for me sweating it out here and supporting the channel so we can continue to grow and do what we need to do to serve you. So the temperature out here actually is not horrible. Again, last week in Jacksonville, it was extreme humidity. Currently, it's 95 degrees. So, and it says feels like 95. So I know last week in Jacksonville, it felt like 100 and something, and the temperature was lower because of all that humidity. Jameson Bell, I hope to see a big day from Bryce and for us to stop. Now that, I think that in itself makes us competitive, right? A big day from Bryce, no turnovers, right? Bryce, give us no turnovers. Give us game management. We'll take game management, Bryce, and that will give us a lot better chance to win this game than 3 turnovers that allows them to put putts up on the board. And yes, stopping the run. Stop. And we don't have to we limit them to 70. No, we can give them 100. We can give them 120. Not that I'm saying do it, but we got to get away from this 200-yard mark for sure. John, no, I haven't seen that video. I will Google it. And actually, I'm going to set a little reminder right now to Google that so I can watch it because I have not seen it. Give me 1 second. Sorry for the shaking on the camera. All right, so I got it queued up there. Thank you, John. I will check that out for sure. So man, he says his wife is from New Zealand and brought me over. We wake up at 5 a.m. to watch the games. Wow, that is incredible. So were you guys here in the States? If so, where were you? How long have you been over there? I'm just curious. You know it. I'm telling you, I knew it was not going to last the whole show because it's extremely hot. That equipment is overheating. I need the whole ESPN crew where they have like ice sitting on the equipment and fans blowing to try to cool it off so they can do a live show in the middle of this desert heat out here. What's going on, Tyrone? Hopefully I said it right. Teron, if I said it wrong. True K9 training. I keep putting in my card info, but it's not working. Does Cash App not work? Let's see. So Cash App is C-Vibe. That will allow you all to send your contributions. Let me see if I can bring it up on the screen for you guys real quick. Trying to see if I can get to the screen. I don't use Cash App a lot to see the screen where I can show you exactly where. But we'll see if this works. You can see right there is C-Vibe, and that's the Cash App. So maybe you can hold your phone to that and it worked. I don't know. I'm just trying to help out. But if it does not, True K, shoot me an email, man, and we can definitely figure out a way to get it to go through, or you can shoot me a text 704-644-3853, 704-644-3853, and I will make sure we figure that out because I do need your support. Again, trying to get to Green Bay and trying to get to San Francisco for that Monday night game. Thank you, though. Blue Wolf, do you think we're going to have a winning season? I didn't think that we were going to have a winning season before I saw the results from week 1. As of today, with what I saw week 1, no, we're not going to have a winning season. When you're on the road, things are tougher. When you're on a young team, as we are, now, not that all these guys play, but we had 12 or 13 guys that are rookies on our 53-man roster. So you have a lot of young guys that are learning the NFL. You're on the road, you're losing. Our first 3 out of 4 games are on the road. Next week we're back in Charlotte to play Atlanta, and then the following week we go up to Boston to take on the New England Patriots. So that gets hard, 3 out of 4 on the road, and it could just roll up on you. So hopefully it gets together better, but currently it's not the best looking thing. All right. So True K9, let me know if you had any other questions. Appreciate you, Siobhan, for coming on. Siobhan says, pray because God is good. All right, I'm just seeing if there's any other questions that come on before I get out of here. All right, Charles is trying to join us. Let's see if we can't get Charles on. See if I can see the video from Charles. Charles, I don't see if you got your video on yet. Charles, can you turn on your video? And then we could bring you on. See, right now Charles is going to be... Oh, we lost it. So yeah, I'm going to give you guys a second to see if Charles cannot come back on, to see if True K9 is able to get at me with the question, and I'd like to get that support from K9. And then I know earlier on we had, I believe Carolyn was trying to come on, and didn't fully make it. So again, just waiting for those two to join in. And again, if you're just now tuning in, Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media. I normally have my whole setup with the cameras and the headset on so you guys can see and hear me a lot better, but due to some extreme heat, that equipment has overheated, and I have retreated to a tree by the sidewalk in the shade to be able to talk with you guys. So I'll try to give you about 2 more minutes to either rejoin and ask a question, because I'd like to give everybody that opportunity to be part of the show. I was so happy with my setup. Look at that setup back there, looking nice and pretty. Stuff just got a little too hot. As I give these people another minute to follow with their comments, True K9 or the person that was just trying to call in, I'll give you about another minute. I will tell you, I have seen some Carolina Panther fans out here. I saw some at the airport in both Charlotte and in Phoenix. I've seen some at the hotel here right across from the stadium. And I also saw some Panther jerseys walking by, just on the street. So I don't know if the Panthers are traveling real well early in the season. I don't know if there's some Panthers that have moved out west and made the trip here, but I'll take it. I hope there's a lot of support. Easy. I can give you 3 without stealing too much of tomorrow's pregame show, Knucklehead K. Where you at, Knucklehead? Can you share where you are in the world today? But certainly, you start foremost with turnovers. That's the biggest thing. Stopping those turnovers. And then you can go to tackling / run defense. I could keep going because there's a lot of things that have that went wrong last week, but I'd say number 1, turnovers, and 2 and 2.5 would be tackling / run defense. Yeah. Those are some good ones as well. Here are her 3 things: execution, effort, and compete. Show some tenacity out there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pack up, get out of this heat, get me something to eat. It is 4:37 out here, so your boy's hungry. But thank everybody so much for watching again. Probably this will be the last super hot show where we have to worry about the heat, because next week we'll be back in Charlotte, which could be hot, but it probably won't be like this. And I have a shaded spot, so I know the equipment's not going to overheat. And then we'll be in Boston. And by that point, we'll be in October, so things will definitely be a little bit cooler. We'll not have to worry about 100-degree weather and things overheating. Super chats, super thanks, cash apps, or if you want something different, just let me know. Leave a comment. I'll get to you. If you want to support me, trust me, we will figure out a way to get that support. Still trying to make it to Green Bay and San Francisco. Chris Jenkins reporting live from Glendale, Arizona. Thank everybody so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 2 hours before kickoff for our pregame show.